In the last 5 videos, we learned how to program for loops. In this video, I will demonstrate a few additional features you can use with for loops. If you are new here, first go watch lesson 16.1 to 16.5 before watching this video. And do the projects in those lessons to make sure you have a solid understanding of how for loops iterate through numbers and characters. Our solution must loop through the characters in a word or a sentence in this edit and find all the occurrences of vowels. It must also loop through numbers. When displaying the numbers, the loop must ignore all the odd numbers and only display even numbers in this panel. You will also learn how to instruct the loop to exit prematurely. The loop must stop execution when it cycled the number of times indicated in this pin edit. You can create this application with me. Hang tight, I will explain to you how you can start immediately with the code. Hi, it's Gerard here from LearnDelphi, where I help you to grow your Delphi programming knowledge and skills step by step and line by line. If you see value in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And all the links that I mention in this video you can find linked in the description box below. In every video we focus on a specific lesson and use those concepts in a sample project. And I walk you through the code step by step and line by line. I start with the code immediately, so I do not demonstrate how to create the graphical user interface. So you only focus on the code of the lesson we are doing. If you want, you can download the graphical user interface and anything else I use in the projects to start immediately where I start with this lesson. You can download the graphical user interface from my Patreon page at patreon.com/learndelphi. That link is also in the description. And I'm using Delphi 10.3 Community Edition to record these lessons. There's also a link in the description if you want to download a free copy of Delphi. You can pause the video here, go do the downloads and watch the videos I link in the description. Then come back to this video to do the project with me. If you downloaded the starter files, open the project in Delphi and let's jump in. I already added text to the edit. The sentence in the edit is called a pangram. A pangram contains all the letters in the alphabet. This pangram contains a few vowels like E, U, I and O, and a few more. We must loop through this pangram and get all the vowels and display them in this panel. The program must also count the vowels and display the result in this panel. Double-click Show Vowels. This event handler handles the on-click event of a button named btn vowels. Go above Begin. Type var, press enter and type strpangram as string. Enter and type chrval as char. Press enter and type intval count as integer. strpangram is a string variable that must read and store the sentence in the edit. When we loop through the characters, chrval must save a character if it is a vowel. The loop must also count the number of vowels in the sentence and store the count in intval count. Go under Begin, type strpangram, edtpangram.text. Here we read the text in the edit called edtpangram, and then we assign it to the string variable named strpangram. Press enter. Type intval count, :0. This statement sets the initial value of intval count to 0. Enter and type pnlval.caption, : quote quote. Here we assign an empty string to the caption of pnlvals to make sure we start with a blank panel. Make a new line and type 4, followed by a space, over type I with chrval. Remove the assignment and the placeholders for the low and high values. Replace it with in strpangram. I'll explain this in a moment. Go to the next line and type begin. Press enter. Type if, followed by a space. Overtype true with chrval, followed by this expression. If you watch lesson 14.8, you should be familiar with this in operator. I'll come back to this in a moment. Go to the next line and type begin. Press enter. Type ink and between brackets int val count. Enter and type this statement. Make a new line after this end statement that closes the loop and type this statement. Let me quickly explain what we did here. The loops we used in previous demos had a low value to start the loop and a high value to end the loop. We also controlled the direction of a loop with to or down to. But with this loop, we replaced all of that with this part. This kind of for loop is sometimes called a for in loop. We can use a for in loop to iterate through the items of a collection or through the elements of an array. A string value is an array of characters, so with this for in loop, we loop through the array of characters contained in the string variable named strPangram. With a for in loop, you do not have to specify the starting and ending values of the loop, because an array keeps track of its elements internally with an index number. So if the string has, for example, 10 characters, this loop will start with the first character, and with every cycle, it increments to the index of the next character in the array, until it finds the last character in the string. We nest an if statement inside this loop to look at the character that is in chrval at that moment. If the character matches one of these characters between the square brackets, in other words, if it is a val, the if statement evaluates to true. Then we increment int val count. Here the initial value of int val count is 0. So if the loop enters the first time and if the character is a val, the ink procedure will change int val count to 1. This statement reads the caption of the panel and concatenate the val in chrval. And then we assign it back to the caption of the panel named PNL vals. Then the loop will move on to the next character in the string. It will check if it is a val. If it is, int val count increments, and the val is appended to the caption of the panel. This will continue until the loop cycles through all the characters in the string. Then it exits, and the compiler continues with this statement. Here we read the value in int val count and convert it to a string. Then we concatenate it with this phrase, and assign the result to the caption of PNL val count. Let's test it. Run the project. Click Show Vals. All the vals in the pangram show in this panel. It starts with the E in the. Then it shows the U and the I in the word quick. Then the O in brown, and so on. This panel shows that the loop found 11 vals in the string. Now let's type something else in the edit. Type Delphi is easy. Click the button. The loop found 5 vals in this text. Close the form. Click the Design tab here at the bottom. Now we must code this button to cycle through a range of numbers and display only even numbers in the panel. Double-click this button. This event handler handles the on-click event of a button named btn even numbers. Go above begin, type var, press enter and type int even numbers as integer. This integer variable will store even numbers. Go under begin, type int even numbers, colon equals 0. Here we make the initial value of int number 0. Go on a new line and type 4 followed by a space. Overtype I with int even numbers, and overtype low with 1, and replace high with 10. So this loop will cycle 10 times, and with every cycle the next value of the range will be assigned to int even numbers, starting from 1 and ending with 10. Go to the next line and type begin, press enter, type this statement. We convert int even numbers to a string and concatenate it with the value that is already the caption of PNL even numbers. And notice that we also concatenate the space at the back. The space here at the back will ensure that all the numbers are separated by spaces when we output the result to the panel. Let's see what we have so far. Run the program. Click this button. We get all the numbers from 1 to 10 and they are separated by spaces. We only want to display even numbers, so let's go and fix that. Close the form. Make a new line under this begin statement. Type if int even numbers mod 2 is greater than 0, then continue. Notice the green arrow pointing up. Let's see what this means. Here we say if the number in int even number is divided by 2 with the mod operator, and if the remainder is greater than 0, then continue. So if the number is not a multiple of 2 or even, then the compiler must execute the continue procedure. The continue procedure forces the compiler to ignore any remaining statements in the block and jumps back to the top of the loop for the next cycle. In other words, if the number is not even, this statement must be ignored, so an odd number mustn't display in the panel. Run the project. Click the second button. Now we only see even numbers in the panel. Close the form. Click the sign at the bottom of the IDE. Now we must program this button to exit the loop after it cycled the number of times specified in this spin edit. Double-click stop. This event handler handles the on-click event of a button named btn stop. Go above begin. Type var. Press enter and type int loop count, comma, int stop as integer. Go under begin. Type int loop count, colon equals 0. Press enter. Type int stop, colon equals sed stop dot value. Here we start int loop count with 0, and this statement reads the value from the spin edit and assigns it to int stop. Make a new line and type for int loop count, colon equals 1 to 1000, do. Go to a new line and type begin, press enter, type this statement. We convert int loop count to a string and concatenate it with literal strings. Then we assign the result to the caption of a panel named PNL stop. Run the project. We haven't used the spin edit's value in our code yet, so just click the button without changing the spin edit. The panel shows that the loop cycled 1000 times. Close the form. Make a new line after this begin statement. Type if int loop count equals int stop, then break. Notice this arrow pointing down at the end of the statement. The break procedure stops a loop before it completes all its cycles. This loop is programmed to cycle 1000 times, but the break procedure forces the compiler to break out of the loop if it cycled the number of times stored in int stop. All the statements under this line will be ignored, and the compiler will continue with any other code that may exist after the loop. Run the project. Type 1000 in the spin edit. Click stop. The panel displays loop 999 times. The loop did cycle 1000 times, but the panel displays that it only cycled 999 times. We will see in a moment why. Let's first try another one. Type 50 in the spin edit and click the button. The panel displays 49 times. Close the form. This statement displays the number of iterations the loop performed. It is executed after the if statement that breaks out of the loop. So if int stop is for example 50, the loop will cycle from 1 to 49, and with every new iteration the panel displays the new count. When the number of cycles are the same as the number in int stop, the compiler skips any further looping and breaks out, before it could update the panel to display the last cycle. And that's the reason 50 only displays 49 cycles in the panel. In this lesson you learned how to cycle through an array of characters with a for in loop. And you also learned how to force a loop to jump back to the top with the continue procedure. And you learned how to break out of a loop. Next time we will explore another kind of loop called a while loop. If you had fun with this project, leave a comment. And if you learned something new, please like, subscribe and share my lessons with your friends. Thank you for watching. And a special thank you to my supporters on patreon.com. Happy coding! See you next time.
you.